Are you kidding me? You think I'm gonna make it that easy on you? I want a raise.
3%.
10%.
7.
10%.
Fine.
And Pearson Hardman pays for law school when I decide to go.
Agreed. Can you pass the sugar?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, how about that milk?
Sounds great.
How'd you feel about me dating other women now that we're living together and all?
Pizza's perfect.
Rachel, what's going on?
I got my tuition payment schedule and...
Wow, that is a big bill.
Yeah, that's not even the problem. Remember when Louis fired me because he thought that I was leaking information? I never told you about negotiating the terms of my return.
Yeah, you did. He gave you a 10% raise.
That's not all he gave me. He agreed that the firm would pay for me to go to law school when I got in.
So what's the problem?
It's gonna be an awkward conversation.
Rachel, you want to be a lawyer. You're going to have a lot of awkward conversations.
Yeah, but not like this. I mean, hey, Louis, do you remember when I demanded that you pay for me to go to law school? I get that since then you've now tried to help me get in and that we're friends, but I would really like my money now.
Okay, so don't talk to him. Just get ready to write a check for $200,000 because that's what it's going to cost for the next 3 years.
Awkward conversation it is.
Jessica, if you need me to sign any more checks, now would be a great time.
It's Louis.
Let me guess. Even though he didn't show up to the meeting, he's feeling left out and throwing a hissy fit.
He had a heart attack in court this morning.
Oh my God. This is awful.
Yeah, I know.
All morning, all I've been thinking about is how I don't want to talk to him about the tuition and now he...
Hey, Rachel. Rachel, hey, come on. Look at me. He's going to be okay. He'll be back, and you guys can have a lifetime of working together, going to the ballet, having really awkward conversations. Rachel, I'm going to say the thing that I know you don't want to hear.
I don't care about that right now.
It doesn't have to be a big deal. We've all got Louis's back right now, and Jessica handles this stuff anyway. Just talk to her.
You are never allowed to have a heart attack. Okay.
Understood.
What can I do for you?
The timing on this is terrible, and I apologize for that.
What is it?
I need the first check for my law school tuition.
Excuse me?
Maybe you don't remember, but when I was wrongfully dismissed, one of the terms of my rehiring was that the firm pays for my law school.
I remember just fine. And the only term of your rehiring was a 10% increase in salary.
What? No, I'm telling you, this was an agreed upon term,
And I'm telling you, I know nothing about that. And if I had heard about it, I would have never approved it.
I was scapegoated by this firm.
And when you agreed to come back, you were given a 10% raise. That's standard.
My situation was not standard.
In what way?
Louis accused me of being disloyal.
And?
And he turned out to be wrong.
The problem, Rachel, is that you have no record of what you're saying.
He agreed to it. He is your agent. You're bound by this.
I don't know that. And the man just had a heart attack. And I'm not going to call him and ask him.
I know that, and I don't want you to.
Then this conversation is over.
What about you? You, take care of that awkward conversation?
Yeah, it wasn't awkward. It was humiliating. Louis never actually told Jessica.
What? That's bullshit. He made a promise to you. He's an agent of the firm.
You know, I never thought about that. Maybe I should just rush to his hospital bed and get him to admit that he screwed me over. How could he lie to me like that?
Rachel, why he lied to you doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
Well, you said it yourself. Do you really want to upset him just to find out?
Of course not.
Then take the emotion out of it.
What are you talking about?
It's a contract problem. Figure out a way to enforce the contract.
Hi.
Hi.
I heard you were back. Should you be doing that?
Prescribed. Light walking. Need to get the blood flowing.
Okay. Good. Look, Louis, I'm sorry about what happened. I really am.
I'm going to be fine, Rachel.
Good. I actually wanted to talk to you about a contracts issue.
Shoot.
Okay. A friend of mine entered into a verbal agreement with an agent for a corporation, and now he's reneging on it.
Wait a second, why verbal?
Why not? Verbal contracts are binding, and she knows it.
She have it on tape?
No.
Well, then he can lie about it, or he can argue the wording.
No, he made a clear promise.
Well, maybe it was a promise to try, or maybe it was a suggestion.
No, it wasn't.
What's the contract?
Employment bonus.
Lump sum or payable over time?
3-year term.
Well, then verbal ain't shit. If it's paid over a year or more, it has to be written.
My friend made life decisions based on this promise. She could sue for promissory estoppel.
Well, she could sue the dick who made the deal, but she can't sue the company.
She doesn't want to do that.
Let me ask you this. Why wouldn't she get it in writing if it was legit?
Because she trusted him. She doesn't know why he would lie to her.
He did because he could. He wanted what he wanted when he wanted it, and it cost him nothing. You know?
Yeah, maybe she should go after him.
She could try, but I mean, realistically, she'll lose, and she should, because stupidity shouldn't be rewarded. I'm so glad you came to see me. You really got my juices going. Made me feel glad to be back.
It's usually easier if you look at the screen with your eyes.
I'm sorry. It's just been one of those weeks.
You know Louis is going to be okay, right?
Yeah, I know he's going to be okay. But at the moment, I hate his guts.
Holy shit.
I know. He betrayed me.
Maybe, but Rachel, you didn't even give him a chance to explain himself.
I didn't want to upset him.
Even if he was bullshitting you back then, the Louis I know is a man of his word. And if you went to him honestly...
It wouldn't matter. He would just say he agreed to it, and Jessica would still say no.
He might offer to pay.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't let him, and you know what? That's not the problem.
What is the problem?
The problem is he made me a chump.
Rachel.
Donna, I went in there as a paralegal trying to negotiate with Louis Litt, and I left with the money to become a lawyer, and for the first time in my life, I felt like I could actually be one. And now I realize that when I left that room, he was probably laughing about how he pulled one over on me.
Maybe you're right. But I'm telling you, the Louis of today would never do that.
Well, the Rachel of today certainly wouldn't let him get away with it.
And the Donna of today is a genius. Well, the genius of Donna is every day.
What are you saying?
Just because you can't go after Louis doesn't mean you can't still make your case.
Donna said you wanted to see me about some more managerial bullshit?
What? Don't you think I learned my lesson with the checks?
Then why am I here?
You're here to listen to me.
Do you know what this is about?
Yes. And I already told you.
I am not here to ask you to honor Louis's contract. I am here to ask you to make a new one with me.
Our contract with you is the promise of a job when you get out, not paying for you on your way in.
I have a list here of the signing bonuses of the top 3 associates who've come into this firm. Give me an advance on mine.
The last time we negotiated, you said never sign something without getting something in return.
What you're getting in return is that I keep working here part-time. The advance plus my salary will cover my tuition.
Paralegals don't make that much. Those numbers don't add up.
I'm not proposing being a paralegal. Some are associates, work as lawyers, and I can do the same.
Came up with that pretty fast. It's almost as if you wanted me to ask you what I get in return.
Do we have a deal?
One problem. You already asked me to break precedent once. When I waived the Harvard rule, I'm not breaking it again to pay for law school.
I'm not asking you to break anything. You already established precedents. With him. When you paid for his law school.
That is not common knowledge.
No, it's not.
That's why she wanted me here. I'm Exhibit A.
You made an investment in Harvey, and I think that turned out pretty well.
I could argue that point.
No, Rachel's right. I'm pretty awesome.
I assume you have this in writing.
I wouldn't be worth it if I didn't.